This morning, better come over here so I can see button ball. So this morning, um, we're going to go through our whole body, moving, enjoying. It is August, and I thought the best thing we could do in August was to really look for the great and the good things that are going on in our body right now. Okay. They might not be perfect, right? The things that are going on might feel like, yeah, but Debbie, I'm really tight and I hurt here and I hurt there. And this is the experience I had this last week. We water skied and I hadn't done that in a long time. And we did a flight board up in the air, which was a little scary, but really fun. And I surfed and it felt weird. But the thing that I think was really important to remember was that I could do it. And so as we practice this morning, as we move and wiggle, so much more has to be going right than what is going wrong. And that's always the case. So, with that, let's find out what's going right with our body this morning. Okay. So, it's a couple weeks here in Utah. Um, School is going to start. I think people get to determine exactly what they're wanting to do school wise, but they get to. Okay, hang on, because this YouTube is needs to be up just a tiny bit. Yeah, I think it's better. Okay. Come to the edge of your chair. You remember we sit right on the edge. Okay. Um, Not slumping back. Don't be comfortable. Well, I'm comfortable this way. I love sitting right on the edge of my chair, and I pretty much always do it. Okay, so let's come there. Close your eyes and just breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Finding that breath. I do this every day. I hope that you take the opportunity. I know that if you're not going to a class or have somebody remind you, sometimes it's really hard to remember. So let that breath be long and slow. Let it expand your lungs, even expand into the belly, the rib cage, the whole abdominal cavity, right? It starts from the sit bones clear up and comes clear to the neck. If you can breathe like that, so much is going right in your life. Okay? At the end of class today, or before we close, we are going to do an alternate nostril breathing. So if you want to get a tissue, okay, you'll want to have that handy, but you don't need it right this minute. Let that breath be long and slow. July has been a busy month. We've had kids here. We've had kind of chaos, wonderful chaos. Do you feel that way about chaos? Are you just ready to get back to your regular lifestyle, or do you look for the good that the chaos comes from? I was talking to a grandson on FaceTime who is back home. And he's got, Grandma, I miss you. Oh, that just touches your heart. Do you have those moments, right? We're looking for those today as we move. The times when our body just feels fantastic. The moments that our body maybe feeling really tight and sore, actually we can appreciate them for what they have done. About 3 more breaths. One more breath. 5 or 10 minutes of that every day are wonderful. After this video, I am also going to post, I'll do it on Facebook and Instagram, um, the opportunity to, it's Refill My Soul. It's a meditation app that is Christian centered. It's fabulous. It's one that my sister-in-law has created, and it is amazing. And I do use it all the time. Sometimes I even use it while I'm doing something else. Yes, you can do that. Inhale, sweep that arm up, up and over. Oh, feel the stretch along the body. Now, I don't know why that's going, if I'm going live, why that is doing that. That's interesting. Up and over to the other side. Bring it back. We're going to roll through our shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, and back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Up and over again. And the other side again. And come back. Goalpost those elbows. Pull them back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Round them forward. Pull them back. Round them forward. Pull them back. Round them forward. Pull them back. Oh yeah. Round them forward. Even we just all, when we do stuff, okay, we use this body, it's going to feel a little tight and sore. Let's be grateful, really grateful for the opportunity we've had to use this body. Up and over again. Bring your hand behind the head. Now, if you can't do this, you're okay to just bring the head over. But if you can, get it up there. Your shoulder can be down. Push the head into the hand. Find I feel a little tug of war going on between the head and the hand. Opening through the heart. Notice my legs don't flop open. I'm still on the edge of my chair and staying up. Up and over. Other side. Hand behind the head. Reach and stretch, opening. And release. Go ahead and roll through those shoulders. Round, tuck the chin. Come all the way back up. Roll through those shoulders again. Let's do forward, a lot of forward this time. Back up and forward. These shoulders, they carry our burdens. They carry us as we have tasks to do and difficult things that are going on in our life. One more, up and over to this side. Go a little further. Come back up and over to the second side. Notice I planted my hand and I didn't let the shoulder roll forward. I pulled it back. Hand behind the head. Open. Oh, we better do that on the other side. Find that shoulder rolling hand and open. All righty. Go ahead and just move the head over the neck. Now we're not torquing. I'm not taking it around as tight as it can go, right? I'm just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautifully done. Chin to the chest. Exhale. Bring it back up. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Reach up with the chin. Inhale and tuck it. Exhale. Inhale and tuck it. Exhale, inhale, deep, and tuck it. And then bring it back to center, ear towards. Now remember, we never put weight. So I'm not pulling with my hand. I'm actually pushing back up, right? Yeah, find that. I just had a thought. Somebody texted that it's not loud enough. It's loud. It's okay. Beautifully done. I'll try and I'll edit that little one out. Go ahead and this side. We don't just we pull the ear towards the shoulder, but then you don't put weight on the shoulder. Okay, we don't put weight on the head with the hand. If you put the hand here, then the head is pushing up into the hand. Yeah. Go ahead and let this shoulder come up and down while you're doing that. You'll feel a really good stretch as it comes down, up and down. These shoulder blades, okay, they're designed, did you know, right? They're right on the back of the rib cage and they're designed with muscle to be able to move all the way around so that we have this range of motion. Go ahead and come back to the first side. And again, I'm not getting weighted on that head at all. I'm pushing the head back. Go ahead and shoulder up and shoulder down. Shoulder up and shoulder down. Still push the head away, up and down. There's a stretch that happens right there, up and down. Beautifully done. Chin to the chest, chin to the ceiling, chin to the chest, chin to the ceiling. Looking over the left shoulder, and the right, and the left, and the right. Chin to the chest, and just breathe. Get the chest and inhale with the chest, finding that length, finding that expansion, and then exhale. Let it all out. Let's do an audible exhale. It's an H-A, ha. Inhale. 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 And then just pause and notice what the H-A, ha, on the exhale. It is used to help cool us down. It's used to relax our systems. And if all you have time for in a day, you're just so busy, okay? Add in breathing, add in pausing, 10 minutes a day. Add in rolling through your shoulders, rolling through the neck, okay? This is not rocket science, right? You're like, yeah, Debbie, that's like a big deal, right? Oh, it is a big deal. This range of motion that we have with our neck, with our shoulders, okay? It's what helps us bear our heads up, right? And find ourselves walking into life. And this is where our brain is, right? It is just amazing what can happen as we just calm and breathe. So if that's all the time you have, we're going to spend a little more time moving the other parts of our body. Go ahead and start with your wrists. Roll in and out. Palms up, palms down. Open wide, make a fist. Make a fist, keep the fist. Yeah, okay. And then bring the hands to the heart center. And then go ahead and you're going to twist one of those so that you're palm on palm, but now one finger is here. And then move the hand up a little so that the palm on the one hand is pushing on the fingers. And then just push. That stretches, the forearm, the inner part of that forearm. It'll stretch on both, but I feel it more on this lower one. Okay. Breathe deeply. Reach your shoulders up, pull them down, and still push. And then come back together. Second side, right? Take the other hand down. You'll be palm on palm, and then just move it up a little and push into those fingers. Okay. If you do a lot of typing at the computer, this is a fabulous thing to do. You ever think that this was yoga? Yoga is not poses. It really isn't. Yoga is the connection of my mind, my body, and my spirit. My spirit saying, hey, your body needs some help, and mine going, oh, yeah, I know how to do something. I'll stop and move my body. And then you've connected. You've listened to that inspiration that's come, right? And then release. Go ahead and make a fist. Okay, I still make a funky fist. One of our vacations in July, rope swing accident. I didn't really hurt myself other than my finger. So you're coming, and it's almost like you're doing a motorcycle. You're riding that, right? But you're holding that steady. And then bring it up and hold it steady. Beautifully done. Nice. Okay. So I've got 2 blocks handy. You just need one. I did want to tell you that if sitting up straight, if you find that as you're sitting here, you're like, oh my gosh, my back is getting so tired sitting here. Okay. Now you notice that I'm on, right, a chair that has a back missing. Totally fine. Okay. You can sit on the edge of the chair and you can put a block, right? You're going to put it at the bottom of your ribs. Okay. Don't put it up higher than that. And you can push in and you see how it's going to help you sit up straight. Sometimes we just need support doing that. Okay. If you happen to have a chair that has a back all the way, perfect. Okay. But you notice I can get this here and it helps me sit up straight. And that's what we're working towards here. I wanted to kind of show you that. That is important. As we sit, we are so used to being entertained, right? As we sit, that we kind of start to, and I'm no different than anybody else, and we're like here. And if we spend more time here than we spend here, we're actually going to have a back and a body that this is what's worked instead of this and this length. And that's what I want. I want the length, okay? I want to lose and not gain a dowager hump. I want to pull my head back and up. One of the things that I find, this whole focus that we're having today about seeing the good, when I put my body like this, it's easier for me to see the good. Okay, so back to our block on our foot. Plant the foot, it's on the block, my toes are up and off, and reach the heel towards the floor. Now, when I first start this, I better stay this way because then you can see me. When I first start this, my very first time in the morning, notice my heel's not down, okay? Notice the angle of my knee isn't, I don't have the block here. That's really detrimental to the knee. Move it out so that your knee is right above your ankle. So notice I'm not there. I don't have the heel down, okay? But as I work for a little bit, I'm going to go a little bit further forward, okay? And as I lean, notice I'm not rounding. I'm leaning. There it goes. It can touch, okay? Come up and back down. Come up and back down. I hope if you're walking, maybe you don't walk, okay? But if you're walking, this, okay, this is what's going to help you not only be able to lift your foot, right? Go ahead and do that a couple times. Lift it all the way up. We're now working not just the calf, not just the ankle, but the thigh. Lift it up. Put it down. 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 Lift it up. Yep. Down and up. And down and up. And then down and hold. This time I want you to lean. We're going to work in our hips. Lean forward. Lean back. Lean forward. Still keeping it there. Notice there is an easier place to put it. And lean and back and lean. And then, okay, I'm going to turn front again. You're still keeping the same. I probably should have 2 chairs and just maybe move back and forth. I don't know. Okay, so now we've got this, but now we're going to go right, right. We're going to go around. Try not to do this with your legs. It's hard. Now reverse it. Go the other direction. Leaning forward, moving back. So getting that circular motion. Okay. And then second side. Okay. Notice that on the first, you might not get the heel all the way down. You might not get it down at all, and that's okay. You're coming up, you're coming down, you're coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Lean forward. Yeah. Ooh, go ahead and pull back. Lean forward. Push it down. Pull back. Okay. Lean forward. I want you to think about this. When do I use that movement? Some people go, this is just so easy, Deb. We just really don't move. But I want you to think about, do you have a hard time getting out of the chair? That's the movement right there to get out of the chair. And this is to come back down. Okay. One of the things as adults, as aging adults, and I fit into that category. Okay. We want to be self-sufficient. I don't want somebody to have to take care of me. Okay. And so I want to move. I want to be able to do those things where I can get out of my house, into the car. Okay, let's go sideways. Pick up whatever I need to at the store, visit with a friend. Okay, those kind of things. Keep going. Couple more. You'll notice, can you feel the weight shift? Okay, that's what we're doing here. Forward, back, but we're doing it kind of with our foot up on, and you're going to notice a difference. Go back the other direction with our foot up on a block. Our calf is actually getting some more work. I did forget one thing, so go ahead and do a couple more circles this way. And then pause and lift and back down. You may not get it that high. It's okay. Lift. One of the things I notice as we age, okay, is that our walk becomes more of a shuffle. Okay, we want these muscles to be able to pick up our thighs, pick up our feet. Yeah. And then go ahead. Bring this block back, okay? Put it between your ankles. Naturally, I'm going to have you turn up and hug with your ankle bones. So your ankle bones should be able to hug onto that block, even if you've got a small one. Those ankle bones will hug, okay? I want you to hug and notice the action going on. Most of it's down here, but there's enough of it up here. Try not to we're not hugging it this way. We're hugging it with the knees right over the ankles. Breathe, okay? Now, we're going to, while we are hugging, we're going to actually do something with our upper body. But I want you to keep this hug. What we're doing is we're training our legs to work while I'm doing other stuff, right? Okay, go ahead and bring the palms up. Elbows are slightly bent. When you do this pose, when you pull the elbows slightly to the waistline, I'm not tugging them in, right? But I'm slowly just pulling them in. Our shoulders move back. So while you're hugging those, the tendency is we hug those and we kind of let this go. So hug those ankle bones, pull that in, reach up through the heart. Take some deep breaths here. Hugging the ankle bones, feel that work going on. Inhale up. And exhale, let go. Inhale, see if you can lengthen even again. And notice, this is where I feel good. It's easy for me to feel good feelings when I open myself, when I get my shoulders on the back. To feel all the good things going on, and then go ahead and release. Release the legs, pause. Notice that not only did you work here and the legs, you can actually feel a warmth through the hips, okay? We're going to do one more thing with the block before we're done today. Up as high as you can. Squeeze. Now, notice I'm not, it's keeping. We want as often as possible to have the knees right over those ankles. Go ahead and put your hands here. Push down. Notice what it does. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting up straighter. So what we're kind of designing today is all these different things that I can remember to do. So it's so cute. My husband was in the car the other day. We were heading up to Eden. It's up in northern Utah, and we were going to get together. And his hips were tight, and he used to all the time put a belt around his legs and keep it like here. But then you push into the belt, and when you push into the belt, it actually opens up the hip socket, right? It stretches the sacrum. It gives you space. This does a lot. Well, the hugging engages the muscle. This here is kind of like, because you're hugging, you can feel it start to spread as you're pushing the block down, okay? And it's creating space. So this is something, I'm serious. If you're at your desk, a strap would be easier. A belt to just put around, and you keep your legs right in this position and you just push against it. But holding on a block and just pushing down like this is another option. Take some deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Finding length. Now, I want to add one more little piece onto this, okay? We're hugging in, we're pushing down, we're lengthening up. See if you can just tighten the low abs up into the waistline. Just as you push down and create more space, the abdominal muscles have an opportunity to just tighten. And when they tighten, they strengthen. Okay? So take some deep breaths. Notice I'm not really moving much. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We've added a couple people to the site. A couple of people are taking class that moving is tough. They've got knee issues. They've got hip issues. Okay. This is important. Go ahead and release. Lose the block and just sit. And you're going to feel warmth and energy all through the hip and the back. Okay. Fabulously done. We're going to actually move on. Now, if this bugs your knee, okay, you're not bringing it up here. If you can bring it up here, great. This is the one that, this is tight. And I did fill one pole out of water skiing that, accessed my sore hip. So here we go. This is if you can't get it up and across. You are letting it go to the side. But notice it's not tight. We don't bend the knee tight if it's sore. We try to keep it at that right angle. You can come to the outside edge of the foot and you can come here. So either here, right? And this can be a chair, or I've got a little kid's chair. It can be the rung on a chair. It can be anything if you don't have a block. But blocks are easy to come by too. Okay, and open the hip. Breathe. Now, where I'm still sitting up tall, but watch what's going to happen. I'm going to lean. That will increase. I'm going to take it back. Now I want to tuck under my tailbone. I'm going to turn the chair so you can watch that happen. Okay, I'm here, right? I'm up straight. I lean. Notice I'm leaning with a neutral spine. It is not here. Maybe you think, well, Debbie, I can't get very far. I don't care. Maybe your lean is just a slight, okay? Maybe you've got a lot of room there, right? This, you're going to tuck under and go back, okay? You'll feel this right through the front of this. Come back up. I am letting you curl it back. Come back up and curl it back and come back up and curl it back. Now, come back up and stay. There's the inhale. And lean. Hold it. Just hold the lean. And then this knee is going to lift and lower. Now, you notice I'm not putting any weight on that hand. I am not going to push that down. I'm going to make the muscle of my thigh lift and lower. The muscle of my hips and lower and up and down. Come back and forward. Come back. You got it. And forward. One more. Come back and forward. And then while forward, just breathe, hold, and then come to straight up and up and down. We did it twice. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Beautifully done. Go ahead, change to the other side. Get back forward. Okay. Now, this one I'm going to do not here. If you can get this one up, maybe one leg you can get up and the other you can't. Perfect. You go where you can. Okay. So this time we're going to do it from here. I want you to see the difference. It's a lean. Ooh, there's still a good stretch that gets into that hip. Okay. And then back and round. Tuck your tailbone under. Let yourself round. Come back up. Notice if your spine goes, oh yeah, I'm comfy here. I know where to go. That means that's where you sit most of the time, and back up. I promise that if you'll just take something and put it behind you when you're sitting, your back will start to get strong enough to hold you up. Right. I remember when I first started meditating and sitting still, I couldn't sit very still very long because my back, the top, this mid back, and my shoulders would get so tense. Okay. So we've come forward and back. Go ahead and lean. Okay. You're still leaning. You can take the knee wider if you can, if you've got that range of motion. If you try to do that, it's like you're not pushing on it. Remember, because here we come. Down and up, down and up. This gets right into that inner thigh. Psoas. Yeah. Quadricep on the inner part of it, the inner head. Okay. That's fabulous movement. And then pause, right? Here we go. Back. Sit it up. Lean. Back. Sit it up. Lean. Notice that when you go back, you actually stretch the lower back. When you come up, you put it back into its proper place and you stretch the hip. Okay. Our backs are not meant to go around like this and back up and back and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and then release. Again, pause. It's really important that we decide or see what am I doing and what effect is it having on my body. Okay. This has been a fairly gentle class. It's designed specifically for everybody. Everybody can move. I have worked in a rest home where I have done this action with people's legs. I do the moving because those muscles of the thigh haven't. Okay. We need to move. If we want to be moving, we need to move. Okay. Often. Now, we're going to kind of add all of this together. I know, fun stuff, huh? Okay, here we go. Bring the arms up. Now, let's just goalpost them. Okay, you can bring them up all the way. Okay, but we can also just goalpost them. Okay, so if you've got a shoulder that's like, I can't get it up like this, then you're here. Okay, it's forward and back. Okay, I want you to push and then release. So both is getting pushed. It's like I'm pushing a car up a hill and it's coming back down, right? I'm pushing a car up a hill and it's coming back down. Okay, I'm pushing a car up a hill and it's coming back down. I'm pushing that car up the hill and it's coming back down. Up and down, up and down. Roll through those shoulders, up and over to the side, up and over to the side. Again, maybe it's here. Maybe you can do here. You choose. Up and over to the side, up and over to the side. Did your knees go wide? Get them back center. Up and over, up and over. Go ahead and come out. Palms up. Inhale. reach, lift, yeah, and exhale round. Reach, lift. Now, if you can't get out of your chair, if it's really hard for you to move, this is where you're staying, okay? For those of you, and I know there's quite a few, the getting out is not a big deal, okay? We're gonna do some of our down dogs. Okay, so here we are. Slide it back, reach, round. So it's the same thing. It's just as if I had a chair right underneath me. Reach and curl, and reach and curl. Okay, reach and round, reach and round, and then walk your feet in. Come all the way to standing. Reach the arms up, bring the arms back down, step back a couple steps, reach. Now, here, I want you to bend your knees. Yeah. Now, you might feel like you're right here. If you are, bend your knees deeply. That's going to give you that stick of the rear end out. I call it mooning. Okay. So around and back out. Walk in. We're working. You can feel that low back and the sacral muscles working. You can also feel down the hamstring. Okay, that's the purpose of this. You can reach the arms up and come back down and reach and stretch. Bend those knees. Get that rear end to stick up and then round it. You want both movements. And stick it out and round and stick it out and round. We got 2 more to do. Walk it back in. Come to you as straight as you can. And you know what? If you have a full-length mirror, even if you just have the mirror in your bathroom, would you look? Where's my spine? Do I stick my rear end out more? Do I have this curl underneath? Find that spine. You've got a little curl here and a little curl here, okay? Those are the things you want. That's your natural spine, and you want to work to that. Go ahead. Did I give you enough of a rest? There is always a method to my talking, guys. Inhale up, exhale down, walk it back, reach, bend those knees, and round it and bend it, and round it and bend it. If you can get on your knees, this is cat-cow, and bend it, and round it and bend it. Here, walk back in. We got 1 more after this. Pause. Find your perfect spine, okay? Where do my vertebrae stack right on top of each other rather than having them go ski-wumpus? This is not stacked right on top of each other. They're slowly moving us forward. They can do that, but we want here, okay? Inhale the arms up. You can totally cactus them here and still have the same alignment. Plant those hands, reach it back, bend the knee, round, bend and round, bend, yes, and round, and walk back up. Nicely done, okay? We're gonna do a couple more things. I'll do it, I'm gonna do it facing you first so that you can't see with the chair. Sorry, as I fiddle this around, okay? I want 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. You can have a bend in both knees, okay? You're still trying to get that length in the spine, not here, but there, okay? Which means my belly is pulling in. Some of you will think I have a belly. I can't do that, okay? So come here. Notice I'm pushing the chair a little further forward. You'll feel back in here. 1 hand on, 1 hand on the hip. You're going to twist towards me and back, towards and back, towards and back, towards, right, and back. Now, if this is like a piece of cake to you, then walk your feet back a little. Come down to where you're parallel. In, here's the inhale and the exhale. You can totally bring the arm up and put it back down. And bring it up. You're twisting over that front foot, back up and back down. One more, back up and back down, and then walk it in. Yeah, feel the work we've done in that glute. It's fabulous. Second side. Okay. You do not have to go all the way back to that. Okay. So you don't have to go back far. If you just want to move here, this is a fabulous twist because look what I'm doing. My legs are staying in the same place and I'm just moving my body. So if that's what you can do, that is fabulous. Okay. If you can and want to try, you can come lower. Okay. You can come to here. You can come to here. You choose what's right for you today. Okay. There's one. We got a few more to do. We're getting in, we're warming up, we're working, we're twisting. Beautifully done. 3 more. Pushing up, pushing down with both feet, lengthening, twisting, breathing. Last one. And walk it back in. Maybe you're like, oh, Deb, I can feel that my low back's worked. If that's the case, it is okay to tuck and round. That should stretch it. Try not to let the knees go wide. So I'm not tucking and rounding like this, okay? The knees are staying straight and I'm just accessing. Go ahead and tuck your chin and continue to roll down, bend those knees. Right about there, you'll feel probably the maximum stretch. Breathe to that and then stretch it out. Breathe to that and go back maybe with one rib cage and then the other rib cage. It'll twist your hips a little and stretch that out. Okay. That is some work that we haven't done before. We have not accessed a lot. Okay. Why do we do that? Why do we make our backs so that they kind of are like they've worked, right? The reason being is that those are muscles too, and they're usually almost always overstressed this way, which means they're not working at all, but they're flaccid, okay? And that's why when we work them, we feel them so much. Okay? Beautifully done. So I want to stretch those out again. And this time, where did I put my blocks? Oh, behind me. Okay. This time, I want you to go a little wider and put the block here. All right. Okay. You're going to bring your forearms down on your thighs. Now, some of you will say, well, Debbie, my belly gets in the way. Then lift it up, move it, and just still come down. Your belly can be on your thighs. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now, I want you to tuck your chin and you're going to pull your forehead towards the block. You can come down as low as you can. This will stretch all along and up through the neck and the head, but squeeze the block. The squeezing of the block widens the hips. The squeezing of the block will widen the hips. Okay, I'll say that again. Beautifully done. And come back up. Change it to here, and I want you to notice which one stretches the back more. Remember, the block's up high. Push down on the block. Tuck your chin. Roll down. You may not get very far. Push down on the block. Push down on the block enough that it feels like it might slide out. You're going to feel it clear into the outside of your hips. Breathing deeply. Let that breath, notice, because you're caving on your lungs, and we are belly and chest breathers. The minute we do all this work and we try to breathe deep, you'll feel your lungs expand into the rib cage. They'll look for that space. Don't just take shallow little breaths here. Pushing down with the hands, widening through that. Take some deep, deep breaths. Now, If you can do child's pose, totally do this with child's pose, right?
But if getting down on the floor is tough,
And release. Okay. That should feel pretty good. All right. So we are going to do just a little bit of twisting. And actually, I want you to keep the block, but I want you to keep it right. Notice it's below the knee, right there in the shins. I know. We are having a block day, aren't we? Okay. This hand comes back, shoulder rolls up and back, hand here. Okay. We're going to just come in and out. We're not going to move the hands. So inhale, twist a little, exhale, come back. Let the shoulder roll. Roll the shoulder back. What are we doing? We're training the shoulder where we want it to go. Roll it back. Take it back, open it up, and come back. Yeah. Lift it, reach, and come back. Lift it, reach, squeeze that block. It keeps our legs right where we want them. And one more. Stretch. Go ahead and hold it. Maybe you can kind of go in and out of a cat-cow, right? Spine rounding, curling open, keeping the shoulder back. It might roll a little bit forward and then releasing. Beautifully done. Second side, grab, shoulder on the back, this hand on the thigh, twist. Oh yeah, and back. Shoulder up, twist, and back. Twist, yes, and back. Notice what you're doing. Twist and back. Few more. Open, inhale, and close. Open, inhale, and close. Open and close. Beautifully. We didn't hold it. Go ahead and hold this one. And do a little bit of cat-cow. There isn't, again, I'm going to say it, there isn't anything wrong with being able to move like this. We need that mobility, okay? But we don't want to spend more time here. If we spend more time here, then pretty soon this is not possible. Okay, that's my whole soapbox today. Okay, grab a tissue. Or two. I always blow my nose before. Or wipe it. Keep it handy. Alternate nostril breathing. Alrighty. Okay. Right hand, forefinger, third finger, pull down. So you've got the fourth finger and the pinky and the thumb. The thumb comes on the right nostril. This is on the left. Now, if you're just like this, then you can't breathe. So close off with your forefinger or your fourth finger and the pinky and inhale through the thumb, the right side. Notice it might be stuffy. Close it off and exhale, opening through the left. Now, sometimes I like to bring this arm up. I often do this sitting on the floor. So if you need to, either put that block that we had here behind your back, like we talked about, to help keep you upright, or go ahead and move back on your chair and hit the back of the chair. Okay? You want to be as upright as possible still. So maybe you go back a little bit more, and instead of going full to the block like this, you just turn it like sideways, right? So that it's just there, so that it's going to help keep you upright. Okay? Take some deep breaths. All righty. Forefinger, third finger, thumb here, this here. I do this, but maybe you're better here. Either way is fine. Inhale through the right. Close it off. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off. Exhale right. That's one round. Keep going. I'll talk for just a minute. Inhale. Close it off. Exhale. Now, the cool thing about our bodies is one side is going to be stuffy. Inhale. Close it off. Exhale. Notice what happens. Notice the stuffiness. Inhale right. Close it off. Exhale left.
Inhale left. Close it off. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close it off. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off. Exhale right.
So I'm going to come closer so that you can watch this. Keep going. I'll grab my tissue. Okay. What I'd like you to see is there's a way to open up the sinus just a little bit deeper. Okay. And I want to come really close. I look so lovely, really close. But I do want you to see this. Okay. Okay. So hang on. I'm going to move that just a tad. There you go. So when you're doing, okay, here's your fingers, right? Thumb is here, forefinger here. Now, you're going to notice that I will take this thumb and I'll push it kind of down and into my cheekbone. Go ahead and just try that. And you close off one side, and then just take the thumb and push and kind of pull, and now inhale. Yeah, can you feel that? You just get a ton of more oxygen. Go ahead and try the other side. Close off the right. Take the forefinger, they're pushing down and kind of you can see that it's just moving my cheek so that when I inhale on that left side, I get so much more. Okay, so just give that a try. Here we go. Inhale right. Close it off. Exhale left. The exhale is just to let it go. Inhale right. Push it down. Or inhale left, sorry. Close it off and exhale right. Go ahead and do 3 rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 round. Here's 2 more. One more round. Inhale. My stuffiness is gone already. Go ahead and take the break. Breathe. You'll notice you'll have a little red spots, just that you've worked, you've pushed, okay? Now, there's one more add-on that you can do to this, okay, before we go into Shavasana. And that is you can hold. So you can have a pause at the top, at the inhale. Don't pause at the exhale. That's more advanced, and without a teacher with you, I'm not sure I'd try that, okay? So close it off. We're just going over all the basics again, okay? Again, you can totally do this without pushing into the cheekbone. I'll do the first round just that way. Inhale. Notice the difference after the other one. Close it off. Don't ever hold this too long. You start to feel strain in the eyeballs. Yeah, just let it go. Inhale. Close it off. Exhale. Notice I didn't do my cheekbone at all. You don't have to. It's just an option. Okay, here we go. Let's try 3 rounds of a hold at the top. Hold for 2 counts. If you can go 3 or 4, perfect. Okay, if not, just 2 is fine. Inhale. Close it off. Exhale. 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 Yeah. 1 more. Inhale. Close it off. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Close it off. Exhale. Beautifully done. Go ahead and wipe your nose. Fabulous work. I never thought I'd be on social media wiping my nose. So, okay, I'm going back. Okay, so if it's easy for you to get up and down, get onto the floor. If not, I'm going to show you first how to do this on the floor and then how to do it on the ground. Okay, so on the chair, okay, I'd like you to take, I'm glad I left a block here, a block or a pillow, bring it as close as you can, lift, just get it up and over and here. You're just relaxing the spine. Notice I've let my heels go out. I've let my knees knock. I'm just relaxing that spine. We've done some twists. Oftentimes we'll get down and do windshield wipers, but we won't today. You are welcome to stay here. This is a great place for Shavasana, okay? I often will do a block with a blanket over or a pillow over it so that it's a little more soft, but you're just hanging your head, okay? The spine gets a little bit of a stretch. There is a relaxation to the body. Now, if you can, get on the floor. If this is an easier thing for you to do, to get up and down. I'll do it sideways, okay? Your knees are gonna, please just, even though I know that most of you are okay, some of you are okay with your low backs, take your feet wider, knock your knees. Now they're not gonna be so wide that you can't knock the knees. There's another way that you can do this that is really, if getting them wide is necessary, and putting a block there. So they're just supporting. This is gonna release your low back, okay? And you're just gonna come down and breathe. And let everything just relax. You're going to feel as if gravity is cradling you. You have been reaching, you've been stretching, you've been moving. Take just a moment and notice how your shoulders, your neck, your back feels. They should feel pretty good. If you have a specific question, please reach out to me. Most of you know where I'm at, but you can reach out on social media. You can reach out and make a comment on my YouTube channel, Deb Arnell on YouTube. It's just not too hard to reach out. Actually, it's Debbie Arnell, I think, on YouTube. Again, let everything relax. You might feel some gurgles in your belly. We've twisted, we've moved. When we move our spine the way we've moved today, we help our organs get more blood flow. Our organs work to their best capacity. That's what we're working towards, right? How do I get this body to do its optimal stuff? And today I'm going to leave you here on the floor. I'd like you to stay if you can, just a little bit longer. Just letting everything go. If you're worried about falling asleep, it's okay. If it feels so fantastic to be here, stay here a little longer. Enjoy that body. When you're ready to get out, you can watch this because you're going to roll to the side. Use your hands and your arms to lift you up. Not really, so it's not this, right? It's hands and arms reaching you up, bringing you to your hands and your knees. Maybe you've got to crawl to something else to help lift you up. So stay there on your backs, okay? Have a wonderful, we're heading into a weekend tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. See you next week.